Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to SVC's YouTube channel. So today we are doing a product review, and we're going to do a product review on the King Coilovers. So these are the internal bypass, the 2.5s. We've had these on the truck now for, I don't know, probably almost like 8 to 10,000 miles. And honestly, they're badass. I've been pumped on them. They're something that when the old factory shocks were on there, they were good. They're great for a factory shock, obviously, but they always felt a little clunky, a little harsh. They never felt like they were fully controlled damping wise. When I put these on immediately, I was like, damn, these things are legit. Okay, so what we're gonna do today, we're gonna put the truck through its paces. So this is our factory shop Ranger that we have. Has our front Baja bumper on it, obviously, rear Baja bumper on it, our full billet package. Last time out, I think I managed to lose the upper badge there, so be it. With these shocks, they do have the compression adjuster. So I've been playing with that a lot. On the street, I run it right around halfway from fully closed. Out here, I go to about 2 clicks from close it all the way and open it like 2 clicks, and that seems to be happy for both front and rear. Does have our 35, we have 35s on this truck, our billet walks, billet rear links, upper links, watts links, all that fun stuff. So it's got our full billet package, but we're not really talking about our stuff here. We're talking about the shocks. You can get these for right around 5,600 bucks. I know Radflow has a set they're going to be launching soon, so I'm curious to get my hands on those. And I've been told Fox has some good stuff coming out as well. So what we're going to do now, we're going to jump in the truck, go for a ride with me. Let's see what she does. We're going to do dirt, a little bit of crawly stuff, go fast stuff, and then obviously on the street as well. All right, let's go. All right, so we are now inside the 2024 Ranger Raptor. Like I said, we've had this for a while now. We've got almost 32,000 miles on it. We've had the Kings on it for about 8 to 10,000 miles. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing set in all its modes because we are now in the dirt. So I'm gonna go to Baja mode here. Off-road, nope, okay. Baja mode, that kicks it into 4 high. Out here, it's kind of hard packed, so I'm gonna go 2-wheel drive. Check. We're going to hold traction control off, and I have a tendency to like to run this in manual transmission. So like I said, I got a lot of miles in this truck with these shocks. They're really good. They're off-road use only. Is this Baja mode? Yep, Baja mode. So we did have to do the deletes with it, so that way for the live valve and all that stuff, there's the delete module that we do, but outside of that, the exhaust still stays, the steering, all that fun stuff. So let's get going here and see how she feels. So this road that we're on is kind of a rocky hard pack. We aired down to like 20, right around 25 psi, and there's a nice little cattle guard crossing jump kind of right here. Not bad. So they're solid. You can totally throw this thing sideways. It's, of all the Raptors we've owned and all that, oh my bad, let's get rid of that. Of all the Raptors we have owned, this thing for these little kind of like fun little flowy trails out here in Sand Hollow, backside of Sand Hollow, it's so fun because you have the paddle shifters. The watts links feel amazing in this thing because you don't have the gyration that you get like you do with a Panhard bar setup that you kind of feel in the Bronco Raptors. You'll feel that rotation a little bit. So with this thing, it just kind of sits down, does what it's supposed to do. So we have these set up right now on, they have them 2 clicks from fully closed. So they're a little on the stiffer side, but they absorb the nice larger holes really good. So yeah, these things are fun. They're solid compared to the old factory ones, which, don't get me wrong, Fox, you did great with them for a factory shock, right? But when you're allowed to really kind of get in there and play with the different spring rates that the shock builders really want, there's a bunch of cows right up here. We gotta make sure we don't hit the cows. You know, the spring rates you get more dialed, the valving stacks, piston flows, all that fun stuff. So with this thing, I mean, it's, I would say, you know, 5,500 bucks, money well spent, 100%. It is so much more solid, like right there, so much more bottoming control. And we're coming into a little kind of a Series G out here. There you go. So you heard a little clip right there. That would be the tires being too big for the fenders. So we do rub. We've been rubbing. We're supposed to have some fiberglass coming for these things, but like right there, we just sent it into a hole and it sucked it up no problem. And these are some kind of cross ruts here. More rowdy than I wanted to be through that, but I love how this thing feels. Up, and he just went flying. So let's get you back. Okay. We're gonna have to play with our onboard camera here. There we go. Let's stick it down. I'm sure that won't be the last time. We're gonna have to up our videography game. But as you can feel, I mean, you know, from this seat right here, it is definitely a different animal. I mean, we're able to hit actual bumps, like some whoop sections, and get through them, and the ass of the truck isn't flying up, and it's just definitely, little cows there, so much more compliant, so much more controlled with these things. So I would recommend them all day. It just floats up. I love it. It's so much fun. There's cows everywhere out here right now, so gotta be careful. How much I love my hamburgers. I don't feel like buying a whole cow. So coming around. So yeah, I do know that, like I was saying, Radflow's got a set coming out. I think they're going to be a 3.0 if I'm not mistaken. And then obviously Fox, they announced there's a SEMA a while ago. We're still waiting on those to show up. So I want to get all those on there to feel. But the IBP on these Kings are really good. I mean, you can feel that extra bottoming control on these things. They just handle so well and just soak most everything up, right? So you just drive this thing like a normal, put that on there. Drive like you normally would, a little bit of aggression, just not stupid. And where it gets big is right here. So this section we're going up is actually the big whoop section that we do a lot of our filming on for the 4-link trucks. So I don't expect to go more than, oh gosh, yep, there we go. So 25 miles an hour, 32, 30. That's pretty much all you're gonna do on this, right? So don't expect to take this and go flying up massive hill, you know, big whoop sections and all that like you would in a fully linked truck. But you know, we are toying around obviously down the road. Are we gonna go ahead and do a you know, long travel setup for the front of this guy and due to the rear? I think we are. I mean, I think there's enough of these out there now. It was a little slow going to start, but people are starting to put some money into these things, and honestly, they're such badass trucks. I mean, if you have that 55 to 60 budget, you obviously can get an F-150 and do some stuff to that. But this thing, I prefer driving it every day. I mean, everyone that knows me at work knows this is my favorite little truck that we have to play around in, grocery get. It's great for driving around town, and just the Kings made it so much better. And even through this, I mean, this isn't good by any means. We're not on top of them. There we go. And hopefully stay where you're at. I'm gonna hold you for a bit. So, yeah, it just does what it's supposed to do. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think it's not going to go as far as saying like a transformative drive over factory, but it's definitely a hell of a lot better than what it ever was. I mean, it's so much more compliant, so much more put together that I definitely would, you know, spend the money on them. And we did. These weren't given to us by King. You know, we put our own money into these things, and I'm a believer in them. I mean, they've really done a great job. It's something I would run all day. So big question is also though, how are they around town? So I think now we've kind of shown what these things are doing out here through these holes, which are, if you've watched any of the 4-link videos, like I've said, you've seen us going flying up these sections at 80, 90 miles an hour. You know, we're doing 30 right now before it just gets completely out of hand and bucks me to the moon. But I think what we got to do is just, you know, get out and show you how these things work on regular driving, because we're at about 25 PSI right now, and around town they're sporty, and that's what's kind of cool about the Ranger Raptors. You could drive this thing on some of the fire graded roads almost like a sports car. The inside of the cab on these, the seats, the way that it's bolstered, real nice. And I'm obviously not a huge dude, so they hold you in, they tuck you in like you're in a sports car. The steering wheel feels small, which I love. It's got almost a nice, you know, Audi Porsche feel to it with the steering wheel, and I absolutely love these trucks. They're solid as shit, and they are so fun, and the Watts links are badass, and you get to see how those things work with the undercarriage that we just showed, and it comes down nice and level, goes up nice and level, so you don't get all that gyration. So yeah, I think for those interested, obviously we have these on the website, but I would recommend, they are definitely a really good mod. You know, versus spending tons of money on some crazy forged wheels or whatnot, I'd spend money on these all day, put a nice set of methods. And 35s, you will have to do trimming obviously with the 35s. You're still gonna rub, you'll just push it up, knock some, you know, plastic clips out, it's not that big of a deal. I know the aftermarket's going to have the aftermarket shocks and all that fun stuff sooner or later too for them. So, all right, so what have we learned? Off-road shocks are amazing. You can't really ask for anything more out of, I don't know, what are 10 inches of wheel travel, whatever the hell these things have. I mean, incredible control. You can chuck this thing sideways. When you do come up to that oh shit factor, it literally lets you just soak it. And what's cool about this thing, it's kind of a short wheelbase, so it's like a little side-by-side. You hit it and it's boom, it pops equally up and down, you know, so not a big ass donkey kick and whatnot. So on-road mannerisms are really, really good. They are calm, compliant. You can hear after what we just did to the truck, it's still super calm in here. We've towed with these things. I mean, I've towed, my boat's like 40 some odd 100 pounds, something like that, and trailer is 15, so pretty much over what Ford recommends for towing, but you got to try, so we've done it. Obviously on this guy we have our bumpers, front and rear, the billet Watts links, the billet upper links, lower links, tie rods, control arms, all that fun stuff. So we are going to definitely look at doing probably a long travel. These things are just too fun and too good not to. So I think it's one of those, if you build it, they will come things, I hope. But yeah, other than that, this has been pretty eye-opening on how good these things are. So definitely Radflow, Fox, you guys got a benchmark to hit. I know you guys could probably do it as well, so I'm curious to get those on here. Thomas, I'm talking to you. But outside of that, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe, like I said, if you would. It's huge, and we're just going to try to do more and more of these. I know in the past, sometimes we've kind of sucked a little bit at starting one and never finishing series. So this isn't a series. It's just, hey, we got something cool at the shop we want to talk about. We're going to go do a review. It could be how a bypass shock works, whatnot, doesn't matter. It's just, we're going to kind of do it and just pass along what we've learned throughout the years onto those who aren't as fortunate to be in the industry. And for those who already know, just hopefully just enjoy watching. And you know, this maybe helps you decide, should you stay factory shock or should you go, you know, aftermarket? And listen, it's not my money, right? But if you know, if you got it and you're not going to starve and you can pay rent and you're looking to spend some money on the truck, I cannot recommend these Kings enough. They are absolutely amazing. They transform the way this truck feels, both on-road and off-road. It's just so much more capable, so much more compliant, and honestly just turns your Ranger Raptor into a super, like a ton of fun. So other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. See ya.